Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Peterborough United are playing football tomorrow, and that excites me. I have got John with me this evening. We're going to preview Stevenage versus Posh. But John, first and foremost, you've been missing for a month, haven't you? Obviously, Wycombe was your first one back. Want to tell everyone where you've been?
Yeah, I have been to Australia. I was in Sydney, Perth, and then Melbourne. It was a great trip, much hotter than here. Saw a bit of the Ashes, saw a bit of the tennis. So yeah, really, really good. Quite miserable being back, but at least Posh got a win, so cheered me up a bit.
Yeah, it's proper cold again, isn't it? I thought we were past the coldness, and then I went out to work this morning. I was like, oh, it's a bit fresh. And of course, you watched every Posh game whilst you were away. You don't think you missed one, did you?
Of course, I didn't actually. I never miss games, do I?
What time was that you were watching games?
The toughest one was the first one because I landed at 6 and then obviously I was tired, didn't get much sleep on the plane, and then it was a 2 a.m. start in Sydney, about 4 a.m. finish, and then in Perth it was 11 o'clock kickoffs. So yeah, the 12 o'clock one against Lincoln was handy because that was an 11 p.m. kickoff in Sydney, which is quite good. The 2 a.m.s were the killers.
Maybe not the best game to watch at 11 o'clock at night, but there's been some positives, hasn't there? Whilst you've been gone, we've not lost everything, have we?
No, it's been all right. It's been all right. We've not been amazing, but I still think like even the Lincoln defeat, I wasn't that heartbroken after it because it felt like I know we lost 5-2 there, but was it 5-1 last year, 5-0?
5-1. Yeah, we scored one more goal. Yeah,
but we looked way more competitive this time than we did that time, even though the scoreline was very similar. And I feel like we compete in every game that we play in now. I got so sick of watching us play under Fergie, where we just didn't do anything for 90 minutes basically, and you were just like, what have they been working on? But you can see that we're a much better team now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that after we recorded on Saturday night, I was like, it's just more enjoyable, isn't it? You go into a game thinking, doesn't matter what game it is, like we've actually got a chance. Whereas for the last, from let's say November of 2024 through to October of 2025, it didn't ever feel like we were going to win a game. It was kind of like, oh, we've got to watch Peterborough United again. But here we are. Let's not keep our Stevenage guest waiting any longer. Nate has been on before. He was on for the last time that we previewed Posh versus Stevenage, and he's going to bring the positive energy tonight, Nate, aren't you?
All about positive energy. Yeah, definitely. There's nothing in our recent history to make me feel anything but positive.
Yeah, so obviously we discussed before we went live, didn't we, that the win against Posh was one of only 2 in your last 16 games, right? So what's changed since that game, I would suppose?
A little bit of people figuring us out, a little bit of players being out of form, a little bit of Revs not really having much of a plan B. You put that all together and you're going to have a pretty torrid time. It happened, we beat Luton early in October. We sort of stumbled around for a bit. We weren't losing many, but we were drawing a lot. Obviously, we scraped that away win against you guys, and then we played really well against Stockport away and picked up 3 points. But it's just the good performances are so sporadic. It's quite literally 3 or 4 maybe good performances in 3 months.
And obviously Saturday you played Mansfield, didn't you? But that was another late equaliser, wasn't it? So that to me, I discussed this on Friday night with the Wycombe fan that we had on, and it felt like Wycombe are a team that are going to always go for 90 plus minutes. I think that I would put Stevenage in that same bracket, in that a 1-0 or a 1-goal lead is never really safe when Stevenage are around, because all it takes is 1 goal into the box. And I guess that was probably quite enjoyable, was it, to score a last minute? I mean, Mansfield are in good form, aren't they? So they're no pushover.
Not bad, yeah. Yeah, I don't know whether I agree with you. Honestly, I don't even know whether it felt good. I was so annoyed with the performance. You know, you never want your team to lose, but sometimes you're like, these arseholes don't deserve it. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone gets that sometimes, I think.
I felt like that at Wembley last year, but that was still a good result. But that's probably a little bit different to drawing against Mansfield, isn't it?
Yeah, it was just such a weird game. I mean, we didn't play well. I can't even remember we played midweek before. Doesn't matter. We were rubbish. We didn't play well against Exeter. We didn't play particularly well against Bolton. I mean, it was 90 minutes of nothing. We didn't play particularly poorly. Just 90 minutes of two defensively sound teams cancelling each other out and not really having anything going on up front. That's all it was. And then inexplicably, the same 11 started. I mean, I don't know a single Stevenage fan that has watched Bez Labala this season and gone, yeah, I'd start him next week. Honestly, no idea what's going on. We've got the likes of Felix Patterson and Kem Campbell on the bench who are unbelievably, well, considering, far more effective than Bez. But Bez has become a bit of a scapegoat last few weeks because we don't quite work out how he keeps playing football. It's not all on Bez. No one's really doing it at the moment. I mean, Kemp last season was unbelievable. This season, up until his new contract, he was great. Then he got injured, and he's come back from the injury, and he's just sort of floating around the pitch until he came on at half-time against Mansfield, and he turned the game in our favour. Up until half-time, it was very much Mansfield were going to be the team to take anything from the game. We changed at half-time. We started to look good in phases. Kemp, Reed, and Roberts were starting to make things happen, sort of on the right-hand side. And then he took Roberts off and put Campbell on, but ignored the fact that Bez was just sort of floating around. Bez had a shot from 35 yards out, and it sort of trickled through to the goalkeeper as harmlessly as you've ever seen a 35-yard shot trickle through to anyone. And he stayed on the field, and it was just like, oh, all right then. It weren't Campbell, actually. At that point, it was Felix Patterson as well. Wrong player. But no one really knows what's going on. It's shit.
Well, good evening.
Sorry, I said positivity, didn't I?
Right. You sound quite annoyed. I was going to ask, from the outside looking in, I don't mean this in a horrible way, but Stevenage being 11th in League One, I think you're 11th at the minute. 8th. That's pretty good, right? For the club of
but we won 2 in 16.
It's good considering they won the league when they beat Posh. Don't forget. I've got some serious receipts for tomorrow night. All I need is a 1-0 Posh, and I think that if we win tomorrow, we go above Stevenage, and I am very much looking forward to getting some of those receipts out tomorrow.
So what are the expectations? Like, where do you want to be this season? Top 6 or?
Look, the problem. I mean, obviously, we want to be in top 6. The problem is that coming into the season, I think most of us were like, and if we can complete the season, finish mid-table-ish. We will finish 15th last season, mid-table, but an improvement on last season. That's all a club like Stevenage can ever really hope for. I think you're going to get the very odd occasion, once every 20 years, you can get a mad season. You're like, fucking hell, we're good. And then the rest is going to be pretty average. We're not, as much as some of our fans on Twitter might seem to think that we've won the league already. The reality is none of us actually that daft. It's a lot of baiting. Small budget, small club. We know the deal. Frankly, the fact that we're in League One with the sort of the money that we've got is pretty bonkers. So we're trying to enjoy it. We're only 8th at the moment because we started. We're out the gates like crazy, and October sort of came around. People figured us out. Form went, and the rest of the league's been shit as well. So that's why we're still there. It's so congested and muddy from 3rd, maybe not quite 3rd, but 5th, 6th, 6th down to I mean, there's only 10 points between 6th and 18th.
Yeah, that was one that I was going to move on to that next, because I always like to ask, because as Posh fans, we've obviously been in some incredibly strong League Ones. I'd love to know, like, do you just, people have said it's just everybody at like their natural level. Do you think that that's the right comment, or do you think that it's just that there's something going on this year where it's just not working for the majority of the teams, which is then naturally leveling everything off?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's loads of teams that no one's really been that consistent, barring Cardiff and Lincoln, or at the other end, you like to Rotherham and Port Vale. They've been consistent for the wrong reasons, right? But the consistency is at the top end. But I mean, it happens. It's the same every fucking season, isn't it? Consistent teams go up, the inconsistent teams, or the consistently bad teams go down, and the inconsistent ones sort of fight it out for the rest. I think that no one between us down to Burton, Wigan, AFC Wimbledon have really shown any consistency. I mean, Mansfield and Exeter are about the sort of formish teams in that space, aren't they? They've neither of them lost for 5 games. But you wouldn't be surprised to see either of them lose 5 in a row, or not win for 5 or 6. It's just, I don't know whether I really agree with sort of this natural position and stuff. Because if I did, we'd be National League North or South, wouldn't we? But I don't know. Like, you are where you are. That's all it is. Cardiff are in League One because they deserve to be. Stevenage are in League One because we deserve to be. You are where you deserve to be at the end of the day, and at the end of the season, you'll be where you deserve to be, based off of the past 46 games. We can hope that we're mid-table and no closer to relegation. I don't think we're going to get pulled into a proper relegation fight, but it wouldn't surprise me if we were like 15th, 16th, 17th come the end of the season, because I just don't, unless we can pull in some players that are gonna give the rest a kick up the arse. I just don't see us. I don't see where it gets fixed, and that's really concerning.
Yeah, are you linked with any players before January? Have you brought anyone in yet?
We've brought in Harry Cornick from Bristol City. He's played about 9 minutes all season until he came here, so it's going to take a while to get him in the squad and get him going. He's had a few minutes sort of cameo appearances so far. I mean, admittedly, he came on and the first thing he did was hold a ball up when it was played into him, which Jamie Reid hasn't done all season. So that was nice to watch. I'm sorry, hold the ball up, turn his man, and feed someone. Way better than what Jamie Reid's done. That's not his game. That's not a dig at Jamie Reid. That's not his game. But we try and make him play it. It's horrible. Other than that, there's some I can't remember his name now. Some fella from St Mirren, striker, that we've been linked with because he's sort of making noises that he wants to leave. Nothing's happening, so nothing's happened. And at one point, we were looking like we were the team in the lead for that one. So he'll either come in on deadline day or he'll go to Bradford.
Attacking additions needed then if it's Cornick and another striker.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we need a left back as well. Dan Butler's injured, and Saxon Early, plays 4 minutes every 19 games. So we need to move Freestone from left back into left centre back, because Carl Piergiani has been half the player he was over the last sort of 3 or 4 years this year. Half might be a bit of a stretch, but he's gone. So.
Sounds like you're commenting on the Peterborough United B team, doesn't it, with those names?
it does a little bit, yeah.
Hey, obviously, Piergiani was suspended, or was he injured the last time that we played?
Suspended.
I can't remember. Yeah.
5 yellows, yeah. I
would normally say that he's a danger man for Posh in that he just wins everything, doesn't he? But you're clearly not as...
His aerial duel like success rate this season has like gone off a cliff.
Right, okay.
But he's losing out 50-50 tackles. He's finding himself sort of 5-10 yards further up the pitch than he ought to be. And then in the past, he put the tackle in, win it anyway, and it didn't really matter so much. But he's getting turned, He's never been quick, but he feels like he's lost a couple more yards. And, the guy is 33, 34. He's never been blessed with much pace, so it's going to happen. But yeah, we do start. I do think I am worried that it's just going to be a continual, gradual sort of decline from here, rather than anything else. Love the guy. He's been instrumental in getting us from bottom basically of League Two to fighting for playoffs in League One. But we need to see things for what they are, I think, and I'd be amazed if he sort of comes back and puts in the sort of performances that we have become accustomed to, unfortunately.
Do you think that that's going to have an impact tomorrow night, potentially? I can't remember. I don't remember Harry Leonard doing a great deal in the last game, but it sounds like I think Harry Leonard's definitely come into his own and is making the Peterborough United number 9 position something that he wants it to be. And we've seen him win lots of headers recently and hold the ball up well. Do you think that there's a chance that he has some good success against Carpegiani now?
I mean, yeah, yes and no. I mean, I'd be amazed if there were any more than 2 goals in the game between whoever gets it. It's the most likely result is a 1-0 one way or the other, and it's more likely for you, obviously. I would worry about Leonard, but we're very compact at the back. Our fullbacks are not particularly adventurous. There's not a lot of forward runs or sort of we're very risk adverse in our passing and the way we build up. The positioning from the fullbacks as well. They're not necessarily always narrow, but they don't adventure too far up the pitch. The result is that we lose a little bit of the attacking impetus that we have had. I mean, the goals against Stockport came from our fullbacks really pushing on, but again, they're a team that aren't going to sit in a mid to low block and let Stevenage have the ball because we can't do anything with it. They're a team that are going to go, don't care what to a certain extent, don't care what their style is. We're going to take the impetus. We're going to try and impose our style on the game. They press, they're open. We can play against that, funnily enough. It's when teams are just like, yeah, just do nothing with it. We're like, all right, yeah, we will. So, the best thing you lot could do tomorrow is just let us have it. Let's have the ball.
I feel incredibly confident, which is
you said this last time though.
Exactly that. Yeah, is where I felt after speaking to you last time. I'm just going to quickly go back through and try and find a comment. Obviously, Stevenage are our bogey team. This is the one that I wanted to ask. What is the state of the pitch like, you guys at the moment?
It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a really good groundkeeping team. At Stevenage, the odd game will be called off because the pitch is frozen. Not really much you can do about it. I mean, really, the only part of the pitch that is ever frozen is in like the northwest corner of the ground. There's not.
But are they gonna cut the grass? Is the important question. Is the grass going to be?
No. I mean, we basically play in like cornfields. So
yeah, we're playing from the rough tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't need the ball. We don't need the ball on the ground. So what's the point in cutting it? No, it's to be fair, it's consistently one of the by February, March. It's consistently one of the best pitches in the league, to be honest. When you look at the state of some other pitches, there's always patches and there's like mud in front of the goals and stuff, and it gets a bit shite, doesn't it? This Stevenage, I feel like we've got a really good group. Keeping it pretty good. I don't know why, because I don't play football.
No, they have lots of football played on it though, don't they? Because you have I assume your academy plays on there, and Spurs women's team play there.
No. So the Stevenage ladies, Stevenage women's team, the academy players, the academy team, unless it's a big fixture, none of them play there. It's Spurs under 21s play there.
That's the one.
And they've not been there. They've not been there an awful lot. Over it's maybe 5 or 6 games a season.
Right, got you. All right.
And they paid to make it one of these grass synthetic
stitch
mixes as well, so we didn't even have to pay the $500,000 for that.
Yeah, quality, great deal.
Lovely.
But you need a new stadium name, don't you? Somebody somebody high up at Stevenage needs to get that sold, don't they?
Potentially. I mean, I don't like that they've called it the Stevenage FC Stadium. That's smacks of having absolutely no fucking imagination. It used to be Broadway Way back in the day before the Lamex food group sponsored it. Obviously, our CEO, our chairman, was the CEO of that group, so it's an obvious deal that was made. Since he's retired from there, they've gone. I mean, I don't care. Call it whatever you want.
Well, shall we leave it there? And you're going to give us a score prediction, Nate, please.
Yes.
Okay. Let's look. I don't think you're going to predict that Stevenage are going to score, but if you do think they are going to score, can you tell us who your first goal scorer is going to be?
Our first goal scorer will be Cam Campbell.
And the score?
1-0 Stevenage. And, it's going to be a really scrappy goal. No one will have seen it come in. You will dominate the game, and it will probably be the rest's fault.
Great nightmare fuel for John. He's going to be screaming at the referee. And do you think it's going to come late? Bonus question: do you think it's going to come late on then?
Yeah, 93rd minute.
Oh, that will literally ruin my Tuesday.
I still won't be happy about it either, because it. Dog of a game.
Makes 3 of us.
I mean, it'll make 2,500 people in the stadium. I'm unhappy as well. So.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, Nate, you're off to record your pod, aren't you? Is that going to be out before the game tomorrow?
I mean, it's going out live now, and it will be up tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Good. All right, and that's on Borough Pod. Everybody can find that on Twitter, can't they? So if they want to, see your thoughts and
wherever you look for it. Yeah.
Wicked. All right. Thank you. Thanks for joining us anyway. And we won't see you tomorrow, will we?
No.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for joining.
Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you. I hope you have a terrible evening tomorrow.
Cheers.
Thank you. John, do we feel positive again?
Yeah, I think we're going to win. Although I always think we're going to win. And then I just remembered Stevenage.
Whoa, hang on a minute. You don't always think we're going to win. I've seen some pretty negative predictions. You literally predicted us to lose on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. I was just chatting. That was it. What I was going to add on to the end of that was I always think we're going to win against Stevenage. And then we very rarely do, because they're another Wickham, aren't they? They're just horrible and nasty. And then you go to that ground, and I'd completely forgotten, but the lights are all off, aren't they, in that concourse, and it's pitch black.
Yes.
It's miserable.
I know what Stevenage's away end is another away end that I really like. I really like Wickham. I really like Stevenage. I think Stevenage gets a few little knockdowns because it's going to be full, and I don't really like a sold out away end. I like one where you like Saturday, you can spread yourself out. You don't have to worry about who's around you. You've got space all around. They're my favourite away ends, but there's only 15 rows of seats at Stevenage, so whether you are front, middle, or back, it's going to be a good atmosphere tomorrow, isn't it? I think.
Is it? Are the Blue Army there? Are they representing?
I don't know. I don't think they are tomorrow. But PUFC Alfie, the Posh drummer, will be there. So fingers crossed he can get a few beats together and make some tunes. Right, let's bring in Zach, who hopefully, he came on last time. He had an absolute rotter of an internet connection. So we are all fingers crossed that he can hold together an internet connection. Zach, how are you?
Not bad. You?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm feeling better after speaking to Nate again.
I know. He was the most positive guest you've had in a while, apart from Levi, obviously.
No, Nate wasn't quite as negative as that Rotherham fan. I can't remember his name.
Oh,
he was very much down in the dumps.
He's checking with him, I reckon. I think he's
I think he's the reason that we're going to end up doing another countdown to kick off on a Monday night for Rotherham, because we're going to get him back on just to see how he is getting on. Zach, talk to me about what was the last? Was it this game the last time that you came on as well?
No, it was Lincoln, before Lincoln.
Oh, so that was in September, was it?
Yeah. End of September, I'm pretty sure, if I can remember correctly. Since then.
How it's been since Luke Williams came in?
I mean, it's a completely different. It's completely different, but in a completely good way. Like before Lincoln, I mean, I was positive before the Lincoln game, but after the Lincoln game, I didn't really know where we were going to go. It looks pretty doom and gloom. I had us actually down to get relegated. I had it down before the season started, and most negative thing of going, but nothing was convincing me otherwise. And I didn't think Luke Williams would. Not that I don't rate him. I didn't think the squad was good enough, but some magic he's brought into the camp has revitalised the players. And yeah, it's really good. I think he's right tactically. I think tactically against Wickham, he was fantastic to react to how they did after half time, and the players want to play. They really like playing for the club. It's good to see the new signings, especially Harry Leonard, start banging the goals. And yeah, I mean, I look forward to watching Peterborough now. Like even against Plymouth, which was a terrible game, usually I'd leave that game thinking, oh, I was fuming, but my missus was even more angry than me. I just thought it was one of those games, and we go again.
Right, Zach, I'm going to ask you a tough question. Tomorrow night, are you starting James Dornelly and are you starting Cian Hayes? If the answer to Hayes is yes, who are you dropping?
I'm starting James Dornelly. I believe he's earned that after his performance of the weekend. And I don't think he's put the foot wrong all season, really, James Dornelly. I wouldn't mind seeing Hayes, but honestly, I liked the idea of Hayes coming off the bench. You know, he runs at players, running at tired legs. I feel like we're going to dominate the game a little bit tomorrow. If Stevenage allow us to play football in the sense that they don't try and play anti-football, sort of stop the game as much as possible, when we can play a bit better than we did at home, might tire him out and allow Hayes to come on. So I'll keep Hayes on the bench, but if he does start, I'm not gonna cry about it, really.
He did come on there last season, didn't he? And he played really well.
He scored the goal, didn't he? Didn't he? The equaliser?
Yeah. So might not be a bad shout. Any further changes, Zach, or are you lining up with the same team that took on Wickham then?
To be honest, the way we played against Wickham, I'd be absolutely fine to keep the same team. I don't see any changes really needed. Whether I think the only change that might happen is whether he brings in Kioso. Really, I don't know. I don't think he should, but Williams obviously seems to quite like him. But I hope he places his trust in Dornelly personally, because again, I don't think Dornelly put a foot wrong on Saturday. And yeah, go for now. I'd happy to start the same lineup, to be honest.
Yeah, the thing is with Kioso, maybe the tighter pitch at Stevenage might help Kioso a little bit more, but equally, I think that when you're looking at it like that, I think that your runners are going to be better, like your Hayes and your Frith are going to be better later on in the game when they got tired legs. Somebody put in the comments that they're going to play a back six. We know that they are like that back five realistically, and their goalkeeper is going to be flat and it's going to be deep, isn't it? And it's not going to be enjoyable. So you want your ball carriers, I would say, especially in midfield. And that's why I don't think that Hayes starts. I think that you want Jimmy J. Morgan, you want Matthew Garbutt on the pitch, don't you? And then I think that you kind of need to counteract what Stevenage will do with just having a happy four at the back in that controlled back four, and that's your four, and then you don't have to worry about you let the other 6 players on the pitch do the attacking for them. So I am not. I don't want to see Kioso on the pitch, but I think that he'll make his way onto the bench, won't he? Because we only had Mendonca on the bench as a defender. So I think that we may still see Mendonca on the bench, but it might be Patrick Sykert that drops out so that we can bring on Kioso in case we need a little bit of something else, because he does bring experience that we sometimes would lack, especially, let's say we take a lead at Stevenage. I don't think we've taken a lead there the last 2 occasions that we've gone there. We've always come back, haven't we? So if we do take a lead at Stevenage, Kioso maybe would be a good one to bring on when we're in the heat of the battle. Obviously, Zach, after listening to Nate, is there anything that you are worried about from Stevenage? I
mean, I want to say no, purely from the sense that, as he said, they're in terrible form. They struggle to score goals. One of my good friends is a Stevenage fan, and he says just always bet on 0-0. They're struggling to score goals. The only thing I worry about is just the fact that we need to, I think, be tough with them. I don't think we were as tough with them at our place as we were. I think we let them bully us a little bit, and we can't let what happened to Plymouth bully us because it's just going to happen again. So we need to be a bit tougher in the middle of the park. You know, they're going to try and stop the play, try and let it calm us down, just sort of be a bit tougher on them, go through them like they're going to go through us. And just sort of remain calm, because I think maybe we got overconfident in the home game. Like we just come off Wimbledon 5-0, just beat Stockport 3-0. Maybe thought it was going to be a bit of a rollover. I mean, I'll hold my hands up. I predicted like 3-0. But yeah, I'm not really worried about them as a team. And I think we'll dominate the game and everything else. I'm just a bit worried that we'll let the sort of bullying and the tactics get to us a little bit, like we did against Plymouth. Maybe we've learned, fingers crossed.
Yeah, do you know what? I actually think that we should probably give credit to Luke Williams and the squad as well. If we think about, we got bullied at Lincoln, didn't we? By the way, that they play football, we lost that 5-2. We then got bullied against Plymouth, but we only lost that 1-0. And that was one of the things that I think I commented on when we recorded after that, is that previously that Plymouth game would have been 3-4-0, wouldn't it? So, and we'd have just completely gone under. So I think that there's got to be some form of credit there. John?
I was going to say this at the time when I listened back, but I think you were incredibly generous, Ashley. I think it should have been 3 or 4-0 if Plymouth could shoot, and they couldn't, and we got away with it. But I don't think that was down to us showing any more resilience. If I'm being perfectly honest, I think it was down to Plymouth and Talai in particular having an off day in front of goal.
I think that's harsh. Anything that Talai shot, Alex Bass would have saved anyway. The guy loves playing in goal. He loves making saves. We saw that on Saturday as well. Like when we were under the pressure in it was the first 10 minutes of both halves, wasn't it? Is that maybe not so much the first half, because Bass tried his best to drop the ball in front of the Wycombe players, but the second half definitely Bass was making those claims. So I think we've learned from that, and to go 3 physical teams in January. We've got to get a positive result against one of them, surely.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. Hopefully we've overcome our deficiencies, but I just think the way Posh is set up, we're a small team. We're not really equipped to deal with that. It's very difficult to deal with the bigger teams. Speaking of which, Zach, we're coming towards deadline day. We're in the last week of the transfer window now. We had a debate on Final Whistle, didn't we, about whether we need a new number 9. Do you think we need any new signings? Do you want any new additions? And if so, what positions before? How many days we've got left? 5 days? 5 days?
No, it's a week. It closes on Monday at 7:00, so it's literally a week today.
Oh, it's fair. Is it what's next Monday? February the 1st?
2nd, I think. It's because the 31st falls on a weekend, and then obviously it's not going to be the 1st because that's a Sunday, and then yeah, it's the 2nd, which I'm sure we'll be live for. You know, because I said, but I'm sorry, cutting in here. I'm still so confident that DMAC's going to surprise us with something at 7:00. So it would be rude not to, even if it's some we signed Joe Andrews on deadline day last year, didn't we? There'll be something to talk about. But Zach, anyway, go ahead.
Yes, I think we should have a backup number 9. Don't get me wrong. I trust Leonard, but knowing our injury records, I feel like it's sod's law that he's going to pick up something if we don't. I trust Pemi? I think it'll be a lot of pressure on Pemi to just come into that role. You know, I'm not exactly been amazingly impressed when he's come off the bench, but I completely understand that they've dragged him back from National League and he is quite young. And I think, again, he could be a slow burner. You know, I feel for backup number 9. I know Ash, I think it's Ash who doesn't want a left back. I do want a left back.
Why though? Like, CJ is more than comfortable playing there, right? Yes, it's not the most extravagant of football that CJ plays, but we know that. Well, we think that Adebisi is going to be fit sometime in the next couple of weeks.
I don't think Adebisi exists.
I'm pretty sure that Dara said that Harney Mills was going to be back in 4 to 6 weeks. And then we've got Mendy as well. We can't pay for 4.5 left backs' wages. Like that's just insanity. There's plenty of other places on the pitch that would be better spent if we've got wage cap. And left back is not one of them. CJ would run for 900 minutes of a 90-minute game if he had to. I'm so confident, and he just, fingers crossed, touch wood. I don't think he's got injured at Posh yet.
I am. Look, I do agree. We've got some options. Just thinking, quite big injury to Mills. Obviously, a big injury to Mendy. Adebisi probably exists somewhere. I'm just thinking if they throw him back in, they get injured again. Maybe I'm being too cautious. I'm thinking the fact they come back, get injured again, long day.
Trust the medical staff, Zach. We've got one of the
I
best
prefer not
medical
to
teams in the league. You have to
we,
trust them. Everything that they do is amazing, and they will have a fully fit squad by the end of February.
Does D-Mac send you a script for that? Is that an ad?
Is that an ad?
I'd also the centre midfield. I like the centre. I don't know if we're going to keep. I think Archie stays for the rest of the season, but I don't know. I just feel like are we going to get a big bid for him coming towards deadline day, and we're going to sell? I don't know. And we can't really afford to lose him unless we've got a decent replacement. For Woods is good, still injured, obviously, but yeah, maybe the same. But I think just a nice striker to sort of back up Leonard would be my main concern, personally.
How much money would it take for you to sell Archie Collins? Actually, you're probably not the right person to ask that question. You're a little bit of a fanboy, don't you? It'd probably be like
no, I love
50
relationship
million.
with Archie Collins.
Yeah. Realistically, what's the number that if somebody's going to offer something to DMAT, what's the number that means we should sell Archie Collins?
How much did we sell Edwards for? 4.5, something like that? Is that much?
I think it was wasn't it 3?
Was it 3? What am I even for? Is that Burrows or are they around the same money? I'd
Well,
say
the problem is with Ronnie is that whatever we sold him for, we lost half of it straight away, didn't we?
Yeah.
To Barnet. So
yeah.
You're not saying 3 million for Archie Collins when he's got 4 months left on his contract.
We wouldn't get to that, but you never know. We got 4. We got nearly how much money for Manuel Fernandez? Like Barry for our masterclass could be coming. I don't know. I genuinely don't think we should sell him purely from his good form this season, and he's quite integral to the team. But if it was money, I would not go less than 3. I know it's going to be hard going, but I genuinely wouldn't go less than 3. We've got to get a decent amoup of money for him.
I think he's probably staying then, Zach. If you want,
that's fine, and I'm absolutely fine with that. Don't you worry. And I hope he signs a contract.
Anyone else you want to see the back of this window in the next few days? Anyone?
I think Belo's got to go now. I think Odo has to go now. Who else is sitting in that sort of group of people who's not going to play anymore?
You got Will Blackmore as well.
Blackmore's probably got to move on. I feel sorry for Blackmore because I prefer him over Belo in terms of a keeper, but it's just I don't know why he's just sitting on our reserve bench forever. Like, go and play some football, man. Like, I know you've been here for a while, but just surely someone will take Blackmore. Yeah, I think those 3 definitely, but I think definitely Belo and Odo. We can get them off the books. Odo is fully out of favour now. I think we're.
How much you want it for Odo?
Oh mate, I drive in there myself. I don't care. Right, a number 1 transfer target, Abraham Odo, mate. I can't even drive, and I drive him there myself. Fuck it. As far away from Peterborough United as possible. He's watching this.
Don't we know it? I'm not allowed. Harry told me that I'm not allowed to comment on him anymore. So we'll swiftly move on from that. Let's talk about tomorrow, and let's go with a score prediction. Let's be positive, right? Let's finish this on a positive. Prediction in a first goal scorer, Zach.
I'm going 2-0 Posh. I don't think Stevenage have much going forward. I believe I agree with Nate. I think it might be a scrappy. If they do score, it'll be a bad ref decision, a scrappy goal. I don't think they necessarily do anything of quality. We're going to look at and go, well, fair, whatever. But I'm going to go 2-0, and I'll go a bit left foot. I'll go Brandon Keller. Why not?
Cool. Interesting. One of the hosts has predicted Keller to score first as well. So you are not alone there. John's playing a face like he knows who it is. Right.
I reckon it's Harry.
Yeah, let's not spoil the fun. Of course, it's Harry. Harry's the only one. Remember when Harry predicted Kyoso to score first against Plymouth, and it very nearly happened? And I think my heart sank for that brief moment that he had a shot on target.
He's the oracle.
Yeah, I like Keller. I think that actually Keller will be very good in tomorrow's game because he likes a bit of a battle, doesn't he? And I think that the only thing that we are missing is that battler that you get with Woods as well. Like I'm going to pull up the comments once you've dropped off, Zach, because there's some crazy stuff going on here, some crazy ideas that need calling out. But I think that Woods would be another good one. But
Woods got really
he's
wound
injured,
up in the previous game. There was so one Stevenage players, his partner comes to my run club, and they were out at the same Christmas party, or Winter Wonderland, same time as Posh, in the same club, and he was speaking to Woods, and apparently he kept calling him foul game. And then Woods came up to him and goes, "Do you think I'm still fat?" So I don't know if Woods, I think he took that a bit personally, but yeah.
There's the intel that you don't get anywhere else.
Yeah, I know,
a bit
right?
of inside gossip there. Nice.
Yeah, I know. He also said that Archie was offered so much money, so much money, he was surprised he turned it down. That's the intel from that. But you never know. Maybe a bigger contract's on the table. I don't know what DMAC's planning.
He's already been offered the greatest contract in Peterborough United history, hasn't he?
I know.
So Archie Collins could be a very rich man come
Well, clearly, yeah.
5 days.
Fingers crossed. Well, anyway, Zach, thank you for joining us. Thank goodness your internet held out.
Appreciate it.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm there tomorrow. See you then.
Nice one. See you there.
Front row.
Thanks, Zach. Right, I am going all the way back up to the top here because there is some interesting stuff. So Peter Shaw has said that his daughter thinks that Posh will score 5 tomorrow. It's very rare that she gives a verdict on Posh. And that is the type of positivity that I'm after. Callie has said, "Have you seen Stevenage cringy Borough v Borough? Almost as bad as the infamous MK Dons. We're ready. Are you?" I haven't seen that, but I will be heading over to the Stevenage social media page.
Was it
Kingston.
Clive?
Well, yeah, that was where the next one goes.
Oh,
Is Clive coming on tonight? I don't think he is. I mean, I can drop him a DM and we can see if he fancies coming on at 18 minutes to 9. But maybe I think Clive's had a newborn, I think, so maybe not the best time to come on alive. John, would you have ever taken Piergiani at Posh?
I mean, I say no, but then is he that? I mean, this is going to be controversial. Is he that different to Tom Lees? The experienced older head, heads it, kicks it, and Tom Lees has been great. I think, in previous seasons, I mean, we've just heard he's lost his legs even more now, but in previous seasons, he'd have been a decent asset, scores goals from corners as well. So, yeah, maybe I would have done. He's a bit of a bad though, isn't he?
I always felt like there was going to be like this homecoming moment for him. Obviously, he was in the academy, wasn't he? And he went up to like Altrincham, I think it was. I always felt like there was going to be a moment, but I think we're past that now. And yeah, like you said, he's a thug. So he doesn't fit Peterborough United, does he? Whereas Tom Lees is a nice defender. Carl Piergiani is not, is he? Colin Spridgen has reminded everyone that they are in the 23rd worst form in the league. Well, the problem is people pull comments like that up. Well, I've pulled it up, but people make comments like that. And then I think, it only goes one way. And that's what Nate predicted, is Stevenage to score a 93rd minute winner and 1-0 and everybody just be miserable. Where else are we? We've done the state of the pitch. Right, so first and foremost, thank you, Kai, who I believe is Ducks, quack, for the £2 donation. However, Kai, I have some serious questions to be asked of this. Oh my goodness. Are we just dropping Kyrell Lisby? Does he not exist? Like, you can't do that, surely. I'm hoping that we can get a response and Kai's still watching, but goodness me, surely you're not dropping Kyrell Lisby for Pemi.
Who's on the wing? Is that Jimmy J on the wing or Harry Leonard?
He's basically playing 4 and then 2-2-2 straight down the middle.
Yeah,
that's the way I see it.
Just rip up the formation that's been doing so well, all out attack.
Mental. I had to pull it up. Colin then does say that Pemi would give their big defenders problems. I don't disagree, but I don't think that Pemi is right for 90 minutes of football. I think that there's a chance that we see him for 10 to 15 tomorrow. Carl Kurtzen asked, what loan do you think Dimac was on about where he said he was trying to get out of one? That's probably Mendy, isn't it? I think that's probably the safest bet.
It's got to be, hasn't it? It's got to be. Unless O'Connor's done for the season.
Yeah. And yeah, okay. So Kaizen said this. I did see this just before we went live.
So
did you see that as well?
Yeah.
Is he the one that was at Notts County?
Yeah, I mean,
Williams.
Yeah, he went to Oxford United, I think.
Yeah.
Good player, very good player, very silky player. A number 10. Do we need a number 10 with Jimmy, Garbutt?
I think the only thing that if we bring in a 10, then that then frees up Jimmy J Morgan to be our number 2 striker, doesn't it? That's the way that I would see it. But then again, like I know that we're not paying a great deal of Jimmy J Morgan's wages, but are you going to pay the wages of a loan player just to have them sat on the bench? Like, no,
and
probably not. And then
it's not really a posh signing, is it? In the sense that I think he's in his 30s now, Ruben Rodriguez. I don't think he's that young anymore.
Let me have a look. I'll have a search.
Could be saying it wrong, but I'm pretty sure I don't think he's that young anymore. He's certainly not in our age bracket.
29. So you're not far off it. He's
right.
30 at the end. Well, at the start of August. So starting next season.
So we have signed a few of them, but he's kind of like a hardened pro at this point, isn't he? With a bit of, I think he's got championship experience as well now. So, I mean, he's worked with Luke Williams before, hasn't he, at Notts County? So they've got a link there. But whether it's one of them like Langstaff rumours of just people adding 2 together and getting 5, I think it's probably more likely to be.
He's actually not at Oxford anymore either. He's playing for.
He's in Turkey. He's in Portugal.
He's in Brazil.
Brazil.
No, Brazil. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what Wikipedia is telling me. So, would you? Would you leave Brazil to come and play in Peterborough?
Luka Mendonca's had a word.
Yes, he does. Yeah. Right. Let's move on to score predictions. I'm going to pull up the ticker at the bottom so that everybody's reminded to enter their score predictions for the Next Level Barbell Club Predictions League at www.uptheposhcast.com/NLBC-predictions-league. And as always, I will run through my prediction and the 4 other hosts that aren't on tonight. And then, John, you can talk us through yours. And it's another sea of positivity, 83% positivity. Chaz and I are matching each other. And Max is actually matching as well. We've all gone for 1-0 Posh. We all think that it's going to go a similar way, but we've all got different goal scorers. I've gone with Harry Leonard because I think that it's about time that he put the ball in the back of the net. Then I think he did that against Lincoln, wasn't it? It had been a few games where he hadn't scored and then he was first goal scorer against Lincoln. So I think we're going to see the same tomorrow. Chaz has gone Garbutt, so I'm assuming that he probably thinks he's going to score from 25 yards. And Max has gone Jimmy J Morgan. Harry has gone for a 2-2 draw. And as mentioned earlier, he's got Brandon Keller as his first goal scorer. And Lods has gone incredibly positive with a 3-0 win and Harry Leonard to score first. John, just yours to talk through as well.
It's kind of boring, isn't it? 2-0 Harry Leonard. I predict Harry Leonard to score first every game because when we did the rules, I appealed for a bonus point for predicting more random selections like Brandon Keller, but I was shot down, and now it's the same points for Keller or Leonard scoring. So why would you go with anyone else? Because Leonard scores most of our goals. I'm surprised no one went for Cairo Lisby though.
Well, maybe there's some inside intel that Kai knows, Ducks knows. Quack. That means that maybe Cairo Lisby's not going to start. But on an interesting one, Guy's saying it's his first away day of the season and he can't wait. It's a good one. It's a good one. You're there as well, John, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, in the
back-to-back away games, John. You all right?
And this is like I reckon I've done over 50% of them this season. I reckon I'm on my 8th now. How many away games we had?
No, I thought. I thought we counted up that it was going to be your 9th, didn't we?
Oh, maybe it's my 9th. Yeah, maybe 9. That's good.
John, you've not got any. You've not got any balls under your desk of you that you can pull up because Vicky's just predicted a 1-0 Posh CJ. So I don't know whether you want to copy Chaz's.
I've got a couple, but I don't know if you want them on camera.
Do you? Darren says you haven't.
Yeah, you wouldn't see them.
Our academy, I love this. Our academy lads will win us the game tomorrow. There's nothing that I would love to see more than somebody like Perry or Patrick Sykert coming on the pitch and scoring a goal for Posh. Especially, this is the thing. I do like Stevenage's away end because you are so close to the pitch. Like you think about like when Ronnie scored and Cian Hayes scored. You're always there, aren't you? You can get involved in it and just enjoy the vibes. I don't think that I've got anything else to say tonight, John. Have you got anything else you want to say?
No, Ben Woods and Harley Mills are in the away end again tomorrow, apparently.
Yes, I think did Luke Williams mention that, or did Phil mention that in the pre-match interview? I can't remember.
One of them did. I can't remember who.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for them. I'll be looking out for the men with caps on. And I saw someone asking if I'm a top, middle, or bottom. I am a middle. I generally like being in the middle, although Ash is very much a bottom man, and I have started congregating at the bottom with Ash.
We're actually at the top tomorrow. We are row K, L, and M for the 15 tickets that I had to sort out. So right. Yeah, we are at the back, but it's not very big, like deep back, is it? You're at M, and like you're not talking like Z or like double C or something like that. The only thing that I've got left to mention is I should say thank you to Lewis Godfrey. He made a contribution via the website this week, so we are incredibly grateful for that. And as I mentioned earlier, Kai as well has made I think it's a super chat they call it when you're on YouTube. Yeah. He's made a donation there as well, so thank you for that. I think we're done. I think we're there.
We are done.
See everyone tomorrow for what is hopefully, look, by the time that final whistle is out on Monday morning, we could be in the playoffs. I will leave you with that thought, everyone. Up the Poshcast.
Up the Poshcast.